Hi, so this is an unboxing of the SKLZ Accelerator Pro putting mat with ball return. And on the internet, before you buy this, there is some concern about the quality of this and how thick is the mat actually and whether this plastic is really cheap. So I'm going to go through all of that in this review. First of all, this is all you see that comes in the box. So it does come with 3 of these tracks. And I would be, because I'm on a hardwood floor, I'm not going to actually use these tracks, or maybe I'll just be sticking in one of these, but it has these spacers or these connectors here, and basically all you do is you slip it in this slot and you connect all 3 of the tracks that you see here. Now let me go through the quality of the plastic. Now the quality of the plastic is really cheap. So the best way I could describe it is that if you buy those board games, say Trivia Pursuit, it comes in those game boxes. That's how thin this plastic is. So that's actually very true. You'll see this is the type of plastic. So let me go. I'm trying to show you here. Let me actually disconnect this. And I'll show you. So when I mentioned that this plastic is as thick as those board game plastics, again, you buy Trivia Pursuit, it comes with one of those plastic things that holds the cards. This is how thick the plastic is. It's really very flimsy. Whether this will last or not, it's hard to say. So it's not even as thick as the shoe boxes. These are more like packaging plastic. So again, sort of like the board games, but also if you've ever bought a hard drive and it comes with the plastic that sort of protects the hard drive, that again is the type of plastic that you'll get. As far as the mat, the mat is very thick quality matting. So this is, it feels like felt. And it is very thick. It's like a 1/4 inch thick, a little bit less than a 1/4 inch, but it is very thick. And you'll see the backing here. Now some people actually had, was probably concerned about whether there will be bumps after you've unrolled it. So I didn't have that problem with this one. And quite honestly, the way they packaged it, I don't see that being a problem. And especially with this mat being so thick, that I don't see there being bumps if you actually unrolled it, because there is almost this sort of rubbery backing to it. But this thing here, it is very fragile, and it is very, look at it. It is exactly how I describe it, is the board game plastic that you see. So the other thing I want to show you is the measurements. So let me do that here. So the width of this is right here. It's about 1 foot, a little bit less than 1 foot actually. And the width of the whole thing is about 15 inches. So and if you look at the hole, this is the hole. So it's actually angled. So if you have a tilt on the floor that's sort of like that, the ball's never going to go in here. So you have to have the floor either as pretty even, or that it actually has to be slightly angled, down, so that the hole or the ball will flow through that way. I'm going to do a demo of this in another video. Here I just want to talk about the quality of the felt. Now I have this rolled up, and you'll see, when I unroll it, there's no bumps. Maybe at the end, and these toilet paper rolls or paper towel rolls, they should have used one of these here. They don't actually roll it up, they just roll up the mat to keep it from being too bumpy, as far as having a bump here. You'll see once I flatten it out, it looks pretty good. and you'll see some areas are raised a little, but it really doesn't, really doesn't affect it too much. Now, people have also said that it's too easy for them, and that's actually very true. But it isn't because these edges are turned in or anything like that. It's just easy in general. So, it's just for practice, and you really just have to, so if I roll the ball here, it's actually just gonna go in, it's gonna fall in. But, the point of it really is, you have to aim for the center. So when you're practicing and you don't aim for the center and you aim here and it actually goes in, you should notice that, or you should know that. You should know that you were off aim, but it still went in. So, the point isn't that it goes in, the point is that your aim was good, and that you should, practice the aim being more towards the center as possible, versus the ball just going in because it went in, even though it was off aim. So the way this connects is that, you stick this slot into this upper slot here. So each of these rails is about 18 inches. So you'll notice and see that. Let me unravel this whole mat here. You'll see there's a bump here, but once I flatten it out, it just flattens out. Let me straighten this out and show you. So you'll see here, this is raised a little bit, that's raised a little bit, but over time, that will flatten out. So you'll see if I scroll through here, there are bumps along the way. But that's really it. That's really what I wanted to demonstrate here. Now, if someone steps on this, it will just break, no doubt about it. So, but really, I'm trying to. So, let me measure this out for you here. And get a good measurement. So, the mat from that point, let me straighten it out. So you'll see there's my mat. From that point to the edge of the hole here is 101 inches. So let me just show you what I'm talking about here. So that to the edge of the hole is 101 inches. The whole thing itself, if I extend this out, and to the edge there, that's 110 inches. Yeah, so you'll see. So that's the type of room that you'll need to actually put this on. So that's 110 inches. And basically, as I mentioned before, the whole width of this. So I have my 1 foot ruler here. And hopefully you can see that. So now you could gauge the size of it, or the width of it. But there you go. That's really it. I'll do another demo on how it actually works. But that's really it. That's the SKLZ Accelerator Pro. And I hope that alleviates some of your concerns that you had with the matting. Because you'll see now it already sort of already flattened out. And compared to the other brands, even though it's very cheaply made, the other brands are just as cheaply made. So this is I guess you could say the best of the worst qualities compared to the other ones. For the price of $50 or $43 at Amazon, I guess this is as good as it gets for that price point. All right, thank you for watching.